Alright, so very good evening to all of you. Good evening, everyone. So, am I visible and audible? Very good evening, everyone. So, am I visible and audible? Alright, so am I audible to all of you? Very good evening, Pooja. Very good evening, Ajit. Am I audible to all of you? Very good afternoon. Okay, it's audible. Great. Okay. So, I welcome you all on YouTube channel of Unacademy IIT JAM Live. This is your educator Srishti, and today we'll be discussing very important subject, that is how we can use virtual scientific calculator. Okay, so whenever we are preparing for any entrance examination, so not only completing syllabus is one major aspect, but at the same time we have to keep certain things in mind. Okay, so basically if we want to do well on that day, okay, on the D day, so we have to prepare these small things, okay, which plays a very crucial role in your preparation. Okay, so what happens right now, it seems very easy for you that you can use the calculators at that particular time or on your examination day, but it seems like very frustrating to use the calculator on that day, okay, if you haven't practiced calculator number of times. Okay, so today we'll be like focusing on the usage of your virtual scientific calculator, because the algorithm of virtual scientific calculator is different from the natural or the usual scientific calculator which we generally use. Okay, so today we'll be understanding the algorithm of virtual scientific calculator. So before we start off with the session, so today at 5:30 p.m. soon you'll be like experiencing new exciting features on your Unacademy application. So today at 5:30 p.m. So there's going to be a discussion on, or basically the team will be revealing that what all new features you'll be experiencing very soon on your Unacademy application. Okay, so this is the website. You just need to go to this link or website, that is unveil.unacademy.com at 5:30 today, and you can yourself experience that what all new features you'll be experiencing very soon on your Unacademy platform. Okay, and this is the next date of your SPACEJAM ACCELERATE test, that is 13th June 2021, 11 a.m. Okay, so don't forget to enroll in this course if you want to win Unacademy scholarship, and if you want to join IIT JAM or any other platform for free of cost. Okay, so let's directly straight jump to our discussion of virtual calculator. So how we can use virtual calculator, we'll be learning things like slowly and steadily. Okay, so let's start using virtual calculator. So basically what you have to do, first you have to go to Google and you have to write virtual scientific calculator. Once you write virtual scientific calculator, this thing will come, right? So this is basically the website tcsion.com online assessment. So this type of software or interface will come in front of you. Okay, now how you can access these calculator? So first of all, you can access this calculator by two means. Okay, first is you can either go to Play Store, and you can type Gate Virtual Calculator. Just type Gate Virtual Calculator. So application will come. You just need to download that application, and then you can use this virtual calculator. Okay, can plus subscriber appear in this? Yes, you can appear, but you cannot win the scholarship. Okay, scholarship is only for like non-plus subscribers, those who are new on the platform. You can definitely join test for your practice, but you cannot win, like let's suppose you you got very good score, but you cannot win like Unacademy scholarship. Okay, all right, so let's continue now. So now I don't want like any questions in between. Let's first complete the usage of this calculator, then I'll answer your questions. Okay, so first of all, how you can access this thing. Okay, how you can access virtual scientific calculator? So first thing is you can access this virtual scientific calculator by two ways. Okay, first is you can go to Play Store, you can type Gate Virtual Calculator, and this application will come, and you can download this application in your Android application or Android phone. Okay, next is what you can do, you can simply go to Google, right? You can simply go to browser, that is Google, and you can type scientific virtual calculator, virtual scientific calculator, and first page will come. You just have to click on that link and this virtual scientific calculator will come. Okay, so you can access this virtual scientific calculator anytime, right? Provided you have internet connection, you can access this virtual calculator. But for Play Store, like once you have downloaded your application, you can anytime access that calculator. Okay, so make sure you download that application in your mobile phones, and at the same time, if you're watching sessions from your mobile, then you can just access this calculator from your PC. Okay, so let's start now that how we can use this particular calculator. So first let's start. See, first of all, what all things we have to keep in mind. So if I take this virtual scientific calculator, let's see what all function it does contain. Okay, first of all, these are all numbers. Okay, you can see this thing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. You can input your values from here. Okay, next is this is plus, that is addition sign. Next is this is minus, that is subtraction sign. This is asterisk, you can multiply numbers from here. And this is division. Okay, this is division, so you can divide anything from here. You can multiply any two numbers or any two functions from here. This is negative and this is positive, that is addition and subtraction. Okay, next thing is, so this particular function, what is this C? Whenever like you have to clear your information, you have to clear your data. Okay, let's suppose you input 5 in this virtual calculator. Okay, now you have to clear your data, so just you have to press C, so you can clear off your data from here. Okay, now basically there is no information. Yes, to cancel or to clear your data. Okay, so you can clear your data from here. Next is, let's suppose I input 25. Okay, let's suppose I have inputted 25 number in this particular scientific calculator. Now let's say I have to add 26. Okay, so I have to remove this 5. Okay, I have to remove this 5 and I have to input 6 in place of 5. So this arrow, this back arrow, is for backspace. Okay, just like you have backspace in your laptops, you have backspace over here too, where you can delete the last number. Okay, or you can delete your values. Okay, so if I press backspace once, you can see 5 is basically eliminated, or it's like vanished from here. Okay, now you can input your new number, whatever you want. Okay, so if you want to delete something, right, specifically one or two numbers, then you can use this backspace, and this is C is for clear. Okay, you can clear all information which is basically input in your calculator. Okay, so these two features we have to discuss. Okay, next is, now what is this plus and minus? Okay, let's suppose I have to enter minus 3 in calculator. Okay, what I want minus 3 in calculator. So what I'll do, so I'll input 3, I'll press 3. Okay, then I have to add minus sign. Okay, because I have to input minus 3. So this plus minus you have to press once. Okay, once you press plus minus, you can see minus 3 is now your variable, or it's not now your value. Okay, so let's suppose I have to input a minus 125. Okay, so what I'll do, 125. Okay, then you will press plus minus button and this would be minus 125. Okay, so this plus minus sign is to input right, is to make your values to negative. Okay, because the default thing is positive values. If you want to make your values negative, you have to press plus and minus. Okay, let's do it again. Let's suppose I have to add 746. Okay, minus 746. So I'll press 746, then I'll press this plus minus sign and it would be minus 746. Okay, so this is how you can input negative values in your calculator. So let's clear this information now. Let's go to the next function. Okay, so these all are backspace, C, plus minus, division, multiplication, negative and positive. So this is your square root sign. Okay, if you want to take a square root, so you have to press this function. Okay, this is percentage, this is 1 by x sign. Okay, these are right. Okay, add two minimum values. Okay, fine. So next is, if I take these all functions, this is log function, this is 10 to the power x, this is x square function, this is x cube, and all these functions. Okay, we'll be learning slowly that how we can use this function. Okay, so let's take very first example. Okay, so what's the difference between basic calculator and your virtual scientific calculator? So you must be having scientific calculators with you. Okay, and this is your virtual scientific calculator. What is the difference between scientific calculator and virtual scientific calculator? Let's say in calculator I have to do ln 5. Let's suppose I want to find out the value of ln 5. Okay, so what's the difference in scientific calculator and virtual calculator? This 5 is your variable. Okay, this 5 is your variable and this ln is your function. Okay, just like ln x. So x is 5 over here, 5 is your variable, that means you can variate this value, and ln is your function over here. Okay, now what's the difference between normal scientific calculators and virtual scientific calculators? So when we use normal scientific calculator, we press ln function. Okay, we press ln function, then we press 5. This is how we used to do calculations in scientific calculator. Okay, so if you like using scientific calculators, you can relate with this thing. First you press ln, then you press 5, and then you can find out the value in scientific calculator. But what is the difference between virtual scientific calculator? You have to add the value of variable first, then function. Okay, so first what you will do, you will add 5. Okay, you will press 5, you will feed value 5, then you will press ln. Okay, so first you have to press 5, then you have to press ln. Okay, so this is the thing which is like making difference in virtual calculator and scientific calculator. Okay, first you have to add the value of variable, then function. For example, let's find out the value of ln 5. Okay, in this calculator, let's find out the value of ln 5. So first I have to add the value of variable, so I'll press 5. Okay, I'll feed this value 5, so like 5, then I have to take natural log of it. Okay, so this is your ln function, so this is your 5, then I'll press 5. Okay, and equals to, so this is the value of your ln 5, that is 1.609. Okay, so first you have to add the value of variable, then you have to apply function. Okay, so this is the basic thing that you have to do in virtual scientific calculator. Okay, so this much is clear to all of you. Okay, let's proceed with more such examples. Okay, right, so next is, let's suppose, now what I have to do, I have to clear this information, so I'll press C. Okay, next is, again, if I have to find out the value of, let's suppose, exponential to the power 2. Okay, this is what I have to find out, exponential. We have to press equal to at the end. Definitely you have to press it, it will come automatically, but the best way or the safe way is just press equal at the end. Okay, once you complete your calculations, just press equal sign and you'll get the final value. Okay, so let's suppose I have e square. Okay, let's suppose I have e square and I have to find out the value of e square. Okay, what I do, can I say exponential is your function and 2 is your variable? Yes or no? 2 is variable over here and exponential is function. Okay, so first I have to add the value of 2, which is your variable, then function. Okay, so how I have to take the values in virtual calculator, I'll add 2 because this is your variable now, then I'll press exponential to the power x function. Okay, so this is how we have to input the values, e to the power 2. So let's do that. So first I'll press 2. Okay, once I have added this 2 value, then I have to use this function e to the power x, so I'll click e to the power x. Okay, so this is now how you can verify this thing in this upper tab. Okay, this is your upper tab and this is your lower tab. Okay, in upper tab you have function and in lower tab you have value of that particular algorithm. Okay, so you can verify from here what's written above, power of e 2. Okay, so it's correct that e raised to the power 2 is 7.38. Okay, this is how you can input values, equals to sign, so this would be 7.38. Okay, so let's suppose I have to find out the value of e to the power minus 2. What I want e raised to the power minus 2. Okay, so I'll clear this function now, I'll clear this value. Okay, now I can input my values from starting, so I have to take e raised to the power minus 2. So first I'll put variable value, that is minus 2. How I can input this minus 2 value? So first of all I'll press 2. Okay, then I have to add minus sign with this 2, so I'll press plus minus right section, I'll press plus minus function. So now you can see minus 2 is your input value. Okay, now what you have to do, once you have your variable, then press e to the power x. Okay, once I press e to the power x, you can see this thing, power e to minus 2, so the value would be 0.135. then you can press equals to, right, the value would be 0.135. Okay, is it clear to all of you that how we can use these two things, right? Is it clear? First we have to add variable, then we have to take exponential value. Okay, so this is how we do calculations in calculator. Okay, let's take more examples. Great, let's take more examples. So see, next is this virtual calculator, the scientific virtual calculator is based upon board mass. Okay, you must have studied board mass in your maths, right, mathematics subject. What is board mass? Bracket of, right, this is bracket of division multiplication, addition and subtraction. Okay, so first you have to remove bracket, then first function you have to do is division, then multiplication, then addition and then subtraction. Okay, so basically what's the rule of BODMAS over here? You have to keep, right, brackets very carefully. Okay, so basically use brackets. Okay, you have to use brackets whenever you have like a big function. Okay, you have to segregate or you have to divide your functions into parts. Okay, so always use this bracket. For example, see, let's take one question. I want this one. Okay, so if I take any chemical kinetics formula, okay, this is one chemical kinetics formula. K is equals to A e raised to the power minus EA by RT, right? This is your formula for chemical kinetics, where you can find out the activation energy or your rate constant. Okay, so this is how you can find out things over here. Let's like substitute the values. Okay, let's suppose EA is 30 kilojoules per mole. Let's suppose EA is 30 kilojoules per mole. Okay, our value over here is, when it is in joule, so we have to take 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole, right? Okay, so temperature is, let's say, 300 Kelvin. Okay, and A value is, let's suppose, let's take 10 second inverse. Okay, these all values have been given to you. You have to find out the value of rate constant. Let's suppose you have to do this calculation. Okay, so what I'll do now, K is equals to, I'll substitute the values. I have to minimize number of steps on the notebooks and I have to perform each and every step on calculator. This way you can save your time in examination. Okay, so you can save pages also, you can save space, you can save your time, and you can do calculations with more accuracy. Okay, so what you'll do, you have to substitute all values. So now K, A is equals to 10. Okay, E raised to the power minus EA, so like 30 kilojoules, I'll convert this to joule, so this would be 30,000, right? 30,000. Okay, divided by this R value is 8.314 into temperature, that is 300 kelvins. Okay, now this is your function, so I won't write any other step in this equation now, in this page now. I'll just do, right, one step calculation in the calculator. So how I can do it? See, the best way is, so first of all I'll find out this power value. Okay, first of all I'll find out this power value. How I can find out this power value? Let's do that. So I'll clear my calculator now. Make sure you perform 2 steps before entering any new question, before solving any new question. Just make sure you press C, and just make sure you press MC. Now what is MC? I'll tell you right in a while, but right now you have to understand, you have to do 2 things before solving any new question in your calculator. First is, you have to press MC. Okay, what is MC? MC is memory clear. If any memory is like stored in your calculator, it will clear all your memory, and it won't take any previous value. Okay, so these 2 things you have to keep in mind. First you have to press MC, then C. Okay, that means now your calculator is ready to use. Okay, so now you can use your calculator for fresh calculations. Okay, so let's solve this particular question. So first what I'll do, I'll use I have to take this exponential value. Okay, so what is this exponential value? Minus 3000. Okay, I have like many ways to solve this question, but what I'll do now, first of all I'll take this positive values. Okay, so it's like 30,000. I'll input 30,000, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, recheck your value, it's 30,000. Okay, so it's 30,000. Then what I have to do, I have to divide it. So I'll press this division function. Okay, divide, then I have like 8.314 into 300. I have 2 things, right? So for the safety purpose, what I'll do, I'll take this 8.314 into 300 in one bracket. Okay, so that this calculator will take this overall 2 values as 1 unit. Okay, what I want, this calculator should take this 2 values as 1 unit. So what I'll do now, divide it. Okay, so this is like division, then I press this brackets. Okay, bracket on, right, bracket on, then I'll put 8.314. okay, then multiplication 300, so asterisk sign or multiplication sign, then 300. okay, this is my 1 unit. I'll close bracket. Okay, then I'll press equal to sign. Okay, equal to sign. Okay, once I press equal to sign, this is your value 12.02. that means 30,000 divided by 8.314 into 300 is 12.02. next is, what I'll do now, I have to take negative of this value. Okay, can I press plus minus function over here? Okay, now you have negative 12.02. okay, you got negative 12.02 in this function. Okay, what you want this function only. Okay, negative 12.02. now what you want to take exponential of this function. Okay, now you got the value of variable, you just have to click function now, that is e to the power x. Okay, so I'll click this function e to the power x. Okay, once I click this function, I'll press again equal to sign. Okay, so this is the value of exponential minus 30,000 divided by 8.314 into 300. Okay, this is your overall value. Now what I have to do in the next step, I have to multiply it with 10. Okay, then I'll press multiplication function and then 10. Again I will press this equal to sign. Okay, that means k value is this value. Okay, this is your k value, 0.0059. this is your k value for this particular function. Okay, so is it clear to all of you? Any doubts that how I have like used the values and each and everything? Is it clear to all of you? Any doubts in this function? Clear? Great. Okay, so this is the way you have to do this calculation. Okay, let's take more examples. Okay, so if I take new function, okay, if I take new function, let's suppose I'm taking k is equals to 2.303 by t. Okay, right, so let's take your query. One second. Yeah, okay, what I want to do, e to the power 0.902. this is your question. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll press MC and I'll press C. Okay, next I have to input 0.902. okay, so 0.902. okay, this is your variable value. Then I'll just press e to the power x. Okay, so the value would be 2.464. Is it clear, Ajit? This is the way you have to input the values. Okay, press equals to sign. This is your value of 2 of power e to power 9.902. okay, next is this is how you can solve it. Okay, let's like make you people clear with other functions also available. See, this is log function. Let's suppose, okay, let's use function one by one. Okay, first of all I have to find out the value of log 5. let's say I have to find out the value of log 5. okay, what I'll do, I'll press 5 because this is my variable, then log function. Okay, so this is the value of log 5, that is 0.698. okay, first function is clear, log 5. Next is I have to figure out the value of ln 5. what I'll do now, clear this values. Okay, I'll input 5, then I'll press ln. okay, so this is the value of ln 5, 1.609. okay, let's clear this function again. Now what I want to figure out the value of e to the power 5. okay, what I'll do, I'll input the value of 5, then I'll press e to the power x function. So this is the value of your e to the power 5. okay, 184.41. Next is, let's suppose I have to figure out 5 square. what I want 5 square. okay, so the function would be x to the power 2. this would be the function. So the variable is 5. okay, I'll input 5 value, then I'll press x square. okay, so what is this x square function, where it is present? This is the x square function. okay, there it is. So you have to present x square. okay, there you get your answer, that is 25. okay, so x square is 25. let's say I have to do 5 cube, right? Okay, why do we click MC and C? I'll tell you about this thing. okay, these M functions I still have to explain. okay, let's just go through each and every function first, then I'll explain your MC function. okay, so this is like 5 cube over here. what I want to do, I want to do 5 cube. okay, what I'll do now, clear. okay, so I'll use this 5. okay, 5 is your variable, then x cube. this is your x cube present. okay, so I'll press x cube. okay, x cube would be 125. so this way we can use x cube function. Next is, let's suppose I have to use 5 to the power, right? Let's suppose 125. let's say I have to do 5 to the power 125, or let's suppose I have to do 5 to the power 12. okay, now 5 to the power 2 is present in the function because x square is present in calculator, x cube is present in calculator, right? X 3 times, like basically it is present up to 3 power. okay, but what I want x to the power 12. Okay, I want x to the power 12, I want 5 to the power 12. Okay, so what I will do now, what I'll do, I'll clear this function. So first again I have to add the value of variable, again I have to add the value of variable, which is 5. Okay, so I'll add this value which is 5, so I'll do 5. Okay, I'll do 5, I'll just add this value 5. Now what I want to do 5 to the power 12. Okay, so next, which function do I have to press? I have to press x to the power y function, yes or no, where x is 5 and y is 12. Okay, variable is 5, so I have pressed 5 value over here, then I'll press x to the power y, then I have to press the value of y, the value of power, which is 12. Okay, so 1 2, so 5 raised to the power 12 is equals to is 244140625. Okay, this way you have to take this x to the power y function. So what you have to do, first you have to add value of x, first you have to add value of your variable, then you have to add value of your power. Okay, this is how you have to use this particular function, x to the power y. Let's go to the next function. Let's suppose you have to find out 4 under root. Okay, you have to find out 4 under root. Okay, so what you will do, square root of 4, you will add this variable value 4, then you will press under root button, so you have to press this under root, so you can see square root of 4 is 2. Okay, you can recheck your function in upper tab, so square root of 4 is 2. Let's take one more function. Now what I want to find out, I want to find out cube root of 4. Okay, what I want to find out, I want to find out cube root of 4. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'll add my variable value, which is 4. Okay, so variable 4, then this cube root function, I'll press this cube root function, so this would be 1.5874. Okay, this is how you have to use cube root function. Now let's suppose after up to cube root it's valid. Okay, let's suppose you have to figure out 4, right, 12 root of 4. Let's suppose you have to figure out 12 root of 4. Okay, now how you can figure out what is your variable value? Again, first you have to add variable, right, first you have to add variable, then you have to add power or root. Okay, so first I'll input value 4, which is my variable. Okay, then what I'll do, I'll press this function y root of x. Okay, so you can see over here 4 y root, then you have to add the value of root, that is 12. Okay, so 12 equals to, this is your value of 4 root 12. Is it clear to all of you? This is your value of 4 root 12. Okay, first variable, then function, then power or anything. Okay, so first you have to add variable, then function, then power or anything. Is it clear to all of you? This is how you have to use the functions. Okay, so this is up to this function. Let's go to like next available functions. In this case, let's suppose I have to figure out the value of sine 30. Okay, I have to figure out the value of sine 30 degrees. Okay, so make this thing clear before, whenever you are using trigonometric functions. Okay, so you can see this thing that we have two things over here, right? So you can see there's a blue circle, right, just after mod there's a blue circle where degree is written. Okay, so degree is present over here, and just adjacent to degree rad is there, rad is radiant. Okay, so when you are taking your values in degrees, so make sure whenever you're taking sine 30, 45 or anything, all these values are present in degrees. Okay, so what you have to do, make sure that this degree button is clicked. Okay, not radiant button, because otherwise it would take values in radiant. Okay, and give answer with respect to radiant. So what you have to do, you have to keep this thing in mind that the value should be in degrees. Okay, the value should be in degrees. So what I'll do, I want this sine 30, I want sine 30 degrees. Okay, so first this is my variable, this is my variable, and sine is my function. Okay, so I'll add 30, so let's input 30 value. Okay, 30, then I have to figure out sine 30, so I'll press sine function. Okay, sine 30 is 0.5 or 1 by 2, right? This is how you can figure out the value of sine 30. Let's suppose similarly you can figure out the value of like cos 30, similarly you can figure out the value of tan 30. Okay, let's suppose you have to figure out the value of sine inverse 30. Let's suppose you have to figure out the value of sine inverse 30. Okay, now how you can figure out the value of sine inverse 30? Again, this is your variable, so add variable value 30 divided by sine, right, this is not division, yeah, I'm really sorry, so clear this information, 30, then use this function sine inverse. So math error, right? Basically why we cannot use this 30 function over here, because this is already present in degrees. Okay, let's suppose I'll use 0.5 over here. okay, sine inverse 0.5, okay, so 0.5, then sine inverse. Now you can figure out, see, it's 30 because sine 30 is 0.5, okay. So if I want to figure out this value, so this would be sine inverse 0.5 is equals to 30. Is it clear to all of you? This way you can use these values. Just let me know if this much is clear. Can we proceed to next step? Any doubts in this much step? If you have any doubts up till here, you can just definitely let me know. Any doubts? Clear up to these functions? Great. Okay, so this is how we can use sine, sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse, and all these functions. Okay, let's suppose I have to figure out the value of 7 factorial. 7 factorial. What we generally do in maths, what we generally do while we are calculating, so what is 7 factorial? 7 factorial is 7 into 6 into, right? Yes, I'll take your questions. Let me first complete all this thing, then I'll take then you can give me any functions, then we can calculate accordingly. Okay, so what is 7 factorial? 7 factorial is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 factorial. Okay, this is how we can calculate 7 factorial, but there is no need to do this much steps in your exam. How you can use the value of 7 factorial? Again, 7 is your variable, right? 7 is your variable and function is n factorial. Okay, so what you have to do, input 7 value, okay, input 7 value and then press n factorial. Okay, press n factorial, you can figure out. See, the value is 5040. So fact of 7 or 7 factorial is 5040. This way you can use n factorial function. Okay, this is simple pi. Let's suppose you have to figure out 2 pi r. Okay, you know this is your area, you have to figure out 2 pi r. Okay, so let's suppose r value is like 5 centimeter. Okay, let's suppose r value is 5 centimeter. Okay, so 2 pi r would be 2 pi r. R is 5. Okay, so you want basically 2 into 5 is 10 pi. Okay, so you have to figure out the value of 10 pi, so you will add 10, then multiplication it with pi value, simple. Okay, equals to sign, this is your value of 10 pi. Okay, so this is how you can use pi function. Then this is this e you don't have to use, because when this is like simple e, if I take e to the power x, if I put x is equals to 1, this would be e to the power 1 or e. So simple e value is, see, if you press e you can figure out the thing, e value is 2.7. okay, so this is simple e. Okay, so this much functions you have to you should know. Okay, next is these values, you basically there is no need for you to figure out these 3 functions or to use these 3 functions. Okay, so this much you should know. Okay, or otherwise what you can do, let's suppose you have to figure out log right 5, but this time the base of log is not 10 or e, right? Let's suppose the base is 5. Let's suppose the base is 5. Okay, the base is 5, so how you can figure out log 5 base then 5? So variable is 5. Okay, variable is 5, so you will press 5 over here. Okay, then you will press this function log yx function. Okay, so you have to now press the value of base, which is 5. So 5, okay, is equals to 1. That means whenever your bases and the value is same, always the value would be 1. Okay, this is how you can use this function also. Okay, so is it clear to all of you? Any doubts? Clear everyone? Any doubts in this case? Clear? Great. Okay, now let's understand the usage of these m functions. Okay, let's understand the usage of these m functions. Now see, let me take like a complex part. See, now what I have to do, see, let's suppose I have to do 25 square. Let's suppose, okay, let's take a complex function. See, if I take 24 square plus 7 square plus 19 square, okay, let's suppose I have to take cube root. This is my question. Okay, let's suppose I have to figure out the value of 24 square plus 7 square plus 19 square and then cube root of this value. Let's suppose I have to figure out this value. So what I can do, there is no need to input values one by one. See, what we will do if we don't have like clear knowledge of calculators, first of all we will find out the value of 25 square, then we will write over here, then we will use plus sign, then 7 square, then we will write this value, then 19 square, then we will write this value, then we can add these values and take square cube root. Okay, but this is right not the correct way. Okay, this will take more time. Okay, so how we can use this m functions? M corresponds for memory over here. Okay, M is memory. So if you want to save any values, so you can use this memory functions. Okay, MC is basically memory clear. Okay, memory clear. When you want to erase the memory, when you want like that this memory should get vanished, then you have to press MC. Okay, what is MR? MR is memory recall. Okay, let's suppose you have saved some values and you want computer to recall that value, then you have to press MR. Okay, what is MS? MS is memory save. When you have to save any value, you have to press MS. Okay, what is M plus? See, if you have any value in memory and you are, let's suppose you have like X value in memory. Okay, you have saved X value in memory. Now you have to add, let's suppose 256 to this value. You have to add 256 to the saved value. So what you have to do, you have to take 256, then you have to press plus function, then you have to use M plus, or you don't have to press even plus function, you just have to add this 256 value and you have to press M plus. So what computer will do, it will plus memory into your input value. Okay, if you have to subtract your memory from input value, so M minus for subtraction of your input value. Okay, so memory value minus your new value, this is your M minus. Now how you can use these values, let's figure out. Okay, so let's take this function. What I want to find out the value of this function. Okay, so how I will find out the value, let's see. So I want 25 square. What I will do now, first of all I will do 25 square. Okay, so how I can find out 25 square, I'll input 25. Okay, I will input 25, then I'll press this x square function. Okay, this is your 25 square, then equals to sign 625. Okay, 625. Next is I want that memory, I want this computer should save this value. Okay, what I want, that this computer should save this value. So what I'll do now, I'll press MS. Okay, MS, basically I want that this 625, okay, should basically we have to just save this value. Okay, so I'll press this MS over here. Okay, I just have to press this MS once. Okay, so I'll press this MS over here. Okay, you can see this thing, once I press this MS, there's like M over here, M alphabet came over here, because now this computer or this memory have saved your value of 625. Okay, now what you want 7 square, so then you will press C. Okay, that you want to clear this thing. Okay, you'll press C, you want to clear this thing, but still this computer got 625 as memory. Okay, still you have 625 in your computer. Okay, so this is your, now you have to press C. Next you want to do 7 square. Okay, what I'll do, 7, then again I'll use x square function. Okay, 49. Great. Now what I want that this value to be saved in memory again. Okay, I want that this value to be saved in memory again. Now I have two ways. Way is I can save this value, I can save this value, I can save this value, then I can add these three values. This is one way. Or second way is, now I can what I can do, I can save this, I can just add this value to this present value. So you can choose any method. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'll again press MS. Okay, what I'll do, I'll again press MS. So now this memory is also again saved in the computer. Okay, 49 is also present in the computer. Okay, so 49 is present, 25 square is present, then again I'll press C. Okay, now clear information. Now next what I want to do, 19 square. Okay, so 19, then x square function. Okay, this is your value, I want this value also to be saved in computer, so I'll press MS. Right, I'll press MS. Great, so equals to. Okay, so this is like, now I'll clear the function. What I want these three values to get added. What I want these three values to get added. So what I'll do now, I'll recall the values. Okay, so I'll just do MR. Okay, so MR will recall the last value, but what I'll do, I'll press now M plus value or then MR. Okay, so this is like basically the last value. Okay, so that means we cannot use this particular function in this way. So otherwise what we can do, see, 25. Okay, 25, then 25 square. Okay, then what I'll do, I'll save this value, then clear this value. Okay, then 7 square is 49. Okay, M plus. Okay, M plus. Now MR. Now you can see this thing, 625 plus 49 is 674. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll save this value again to the system. Okay, 624 is now I want that this system should save 674. Okay, so I'll press this MS value, then I'll clear the function. Next is 19 square. Okay, 19 square is equals to 361. Then what I'll do, I'll press M plus. Okay, then M recall. Now you can see the value is 1035. Okay, so addition of these three numbers is 10235. Now what I want square cube root of this value, so I'll press this function and it would be 10.115. Is it clear to all of you? Any doubts that what's the use of this MR function, MS function, M plus and N negative function? Is it clear? So like in if you want to put like very many values, and if your calculation is a multiple step question, then you can use these functions. This will save a lot of your time. Okay, so next what you have to do, see, let's suppose this is like the end of my question and I want to do next question. I want to practice next question. Okay, so make sure that you press MC. Now what is MC? MC will just erase all memory, right? It will just delete all memory. Otherwise what can happen, this computer can take your previous memory also. Okay, so you have to press MC so that all your previous memory should be deleted from the system. Okay, there is no previous memory left in the system. Let's take few more calculations or few more expressions. Okay, so if I'll use any function, okay, so you can also give me any example. If you take like any function in chemistry, let's take any equation. Now what I want, okay, let's take a complicated equation. Okay, so let's take this equation, right? So let's take t half is equals to 2 raised to the power n minus 1 n minus 1 k a naught to the power n minus 1. Okay, let's take this value. I have to find out the value of t half. Okay, so n value over here is, let's suppose it's a third order reaction. Okay, a naught is, let's suppose 100. Okay, a naught is 100 and n is 3 over here. What I want to figure out this value. Okay, so let's do this calculation. So first I'll write down the values. So t half is equals to, and let's say k value is 39. Okay, let's say k value is 39. So t half would be 2 raised to the power 3 minus 1 would be 2 minus 1. Okay, divided by 3 minus 1 would be 2, and this is 39. So into 39 into a naught, that is 100 to the power basically 3 minus 1, that is 2. Okay, so you can do this calculation without even calculators, but let's see. Okay, 4 minus 1 would be 3. This would be 2 into 39 into 100 square. Okay, so what I want to do this calculation. So what I'll do, I'll press 3, then divided. Okay, then I'll use bracket. Okay, because I want that this computer should take this denominator as single unit. Okay, then I use this bracket, so I'll press this bracket. Okay, next is 2 into 39. Okay, 2 into 39. Next what I want 100 square. Okay, I want 100 square, so I'll press 100. Okay, then I'll press this function square. Okay, you can see square root of 100. Okay, then I'll close this bracket. Okay, equals to, so this is your value. Are you getting this point? All of you are clear that this way you can solve the questions. Okay, so this is the best way to use your calculator. Okay, let's suppose now let's do one more calculation. Let's do one more calculation. Okay, so whenever I have to figure out EA value, okay, whenever I have to figure out activation energy value, okay, so what's the formula? The formula is like log K2 by K1, okay, is equals to EA divided by 2.303 R 1 minus T1 minus T2. Let's suppose I want to use this equation. Okay, so activation energy I have to figure out. Let's suppose, okay, so K value is like, let's suppose 2 and K1 is 1. Okay, if I take T1 is equals to, let's suppose 273 and T2 is equals to 300. These are values. Okay, these are all values and I have to figure out activation energy. So let's input the values. Okay, so these are your values. Okay, see Now it's very simple. What I'll do now, there are like multiple steps. First you have to figure out the value of EA. Okay, so what you will do, you will rearrange this particular equation. Okay, what you will do, you will rearrange this particular equation, or in other words, what you can do, see, first let's figure out the value of this much part. Okay, let's figure out the value of this much part, or what I'll do, I'll just express this equation in terms of EA. Okay, so EA would be log 2 into 2.303 into 8.314. okay, this part is basically in multiplication. Okay, so this should go in denominator, that is 1 by 273 minus 1 by 300. Yes or no? This much is clear to all of you? This part is clear, that this is your expression now? Is it visible to all of you? Is it visible? Okay, this is your function. So this is your this is in multiplication, so I am taking this part in denominator. Yes or no? Just let me know if this is visible or not. Is it visible? Okay, so I'll write over here, one second. Yeah, okay, so let's erase this part. Okay, I'll write this information over here. So your question is EA is equals to log 2 into 2.303 into 8.314, and this value is in multiplication, so this should go in denominator. Okay, so 1 by 273 minus 1 by 300. Now how you can do one step calculation? Let's see. Okay, you want to do one step calculation. Okay, so let's see how we can do this one step calculation. See, first of all, this is my expression. Okay, this is my expression. So what I'll do now, first of all, I'll find out the value of numerator. Now it's your call. Okay, what you want to figure out the value of numerator or denominator, it's your call. Okay, because you can save the values anyhow. So let's use like numerator first. Okay, so what I want log 2. Okay, yes, most probably like 90% of the features would be this only, because 90% of online examination is like conducted by TCS only. Okay, and basically this is going to be your interface of calculators only. Okay, this is going to be interface of your calculator, or like 1-2 functions could be different, but it's going to be this interface only, because 90% of online examinations would be conducted by TCS only. Okay, so that is how we can use the scientific calculator. So let's take this function now. I want to figure out the value of log 2. Okay, what I'll do, I'll press 2. Okay, then I'll use log function, great, into, next is 2.303, next is 8.314. Okay, equals to, right, equals to. So this is my value. Now what I want to save this value so that I can use this value for the next step. What I'll do, I'll press MS. Okay, so I'll press MS. That means this value is getting, right, this value is basically saved in your memory now, saved in computer's memory. Then I'll press C to clear this information, to clear all data. Next is I want to do 1 by 273 minus 1 by 300. Okay, what I'll do, see, 1 by x function is also present. You can do 1 divided by 273 also, or otherwise you can take this 1 by x function also. Okay, so what I'll do, I want 1 by 273. I'll add 273. This is my variable value. Then I'll press 1 by x function. Okay, I got this value, equals to, then minus, okay, minus what I want this 300 function. Okay, so for basically to avoid any mistakes, I am taking bracket. Okay, it's not that much important, but you can take brackets or you can avoid brackets. Okay, so I'll use this bracket, then I'll input 300 value, right? Yes, this is 3000, so I'll like take backspace, 300 value, then I do 1 by x function. Okay, reciprocal of 300, then bracket close. Okay, this is equals to, so this is the value of your denominator. Okay, so I got value of denominator, I have value of numerator in the memory. Okay, now what I'll do, this is your value of denominator. Okay, so I want that this MS value, numerator divided by denominator. Okay, so what I'll do now, see, now you have two things. Okay, so in this particular case you have denominator value. Okay, so you are getting a denominator value, you want to do numerator divided by denominator. Okay, so this way what you can do, you can either write down the values over here, or you can always solve like denominator first, then you can save your denominator value, then you can find out the numerator value. Are you getting this point? First, if you will use denominator value, you can save this value, then you can figure out numerator. Okay, then you can simply divide numerator divided by denominator. Okay, that way it would be very simple. Okay, is it clear to all of you? Any doubt that what I am saying? Just let me know. Is it clear, right? That you should first calculate the value of denominator, then you should calculate the value of numerator. Okay, so let's take this method so that it becomes like easy, and this way you can follow this league. Okay, this way you can follow this league. So let's again try this thing. So what I'll do now, first I'll solve denominator. Okay, so 273 1 by x. Okay, first I'll press MC to clear all memory. Okay, so I have pressed MC. There is no memory in the system. Okay, so I'll do 273. Okay, 273, then 1 by x, then minus, okay, 300, right, 300, 1 by x, and then bracket closed. Okay, this is the value of your denominator. Okay, I'll save this value ms. Okay, then I'll clear this function. So then I'll figure out the value of numerator, 2 log, okay, into 2.303 into 8.314. okay, all right, this is the value of your numerator. Okay, now simply you got the value of numerator, then you will press division button. Okay, so divided by, now you just have to recall the value which is saved in your memory, so you will press MR. Okay, this is your memory which is saved in your calculator. Okay, then equals to sign. Okay, this much is your activation energy. So activation energy is 17483.72. that means your activation energy is approximately 17 kilojoules per mole. Is it clear, everyone? Any doubts? Is it clear to all of you? So activation energy is 17.4 kilojoules per mole. Okay, so this is the way you can solve such numerical problems. Okay, is it clear, everyone? Any doubts in any single concept? Clear? Okay, now your activation energy is 17 kilojoules per mole. Now you have to clear this information and make sure you press MC button right before starting next calculation. Okay, so any doubts in any step? If you have any other question related to calculator, so just let me know, because this is how you can use the calculators. And please make sure that you start practicing questions on calculator. Okay, start using calculators. Okay, don't leave this calculator for the examination time. Trust me, it will kill a good amount of your time if you won't practice calculator from now onwards. Okay, so make this thing habit, install this application in your phone, and if you have laptops, you can use in laptops too. And always whenever you're solving these calculations, so you can use your laptop or right phone. Okay, and one important thing is, in examination you'll be getting mouse. Okay, you'll be getting mouse. The systems won't be touch screen systems. Okay, the system won't be touch screen system, so you'll be getting mouse. Okay, so what happens, right now I'm using tab. Okay, so I'm using pen tablet, so it becomes like really easy for me to input the values. Okay, because it's like it got basically touch interface. But what happens, see, I have mouse also. Now let's use this mouse. Okay, so now I'm using this mouse, so you can just hear this voice of mouse. Okay, so click noises. Okay, sometimes these noises can be very frustrated. Okay, but like inputting values using mouse, so this is like it's like a hectic thing. Okay, so you have to practice your values by mouse only. Let's suppose I do 2.303 into 300. Okay, so you can see you just have to click one by one. Okay, so 2.303 into 300, right? So this is like it's even more time consuming than the touch screen. Okay, so make sure that you practice through mouse. Okay, this is also very important factor. Okay, this plays a crucial role. Signage causes, what is the function of? Okay, so these functions, basically these are like different functions. These are used in like maths. Okay, so in chemistry there is no requirement to use these functions. Okay, they have like separate functions and meaning. Okay, so there is no need to use these functions in chemistry. Okay, there would be no calculation where you can use these functions. Okay, so simply just make this thing clear, right? Keep this thing very limited, that this much functions you have to use, and you should know each and everything very thoroughly. Okay, right, so make sure that you practice from mouse only. See, these points, they will affect your right preparation. Okay, for sure they will affect your preparation, and you will yourself feel confident. Okay, you know each and everything related to scientific calculator. Now there is no chances of time wastage and anything in your exam. Okay, so if your exam, basically let's suppose you are under pressure, right, and let's suppose you are let's suppose the examination is little difficult, okay, let's suppose the examination is little difficult and you are under pressure, okay, so you might lose your control, okay, so basically you can input incorrect values, okay. So what's the use of reading so much content, okay, when basically you are doing mistakes in calculators, okay. So make sure, this is very important thing, start using calculator, okay, from now onwards. All physical calculations you have to do over here, and at the same time, if possible, use mouse, okay. If not, then at least use your two touch screens and use your phone to do this calculation, okay. I hope each and everything is clear to all of you, and now you are ready to use this calculators. So make sure that you practice each and everything in this calculator, okay. Any question you have, you can ask if you have any question. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, so I'm taking live classes, great, okay. Yeah, it's like most probably, right, most of the chapters it's like completed, 1 or 2 chapters is left and I'll be completed it very soon, okay. So thermodynamics is only left, thermodynamics and like redox, these all chapters are left, and I'll complete thermodynamics in like next 1 or 2 months, okay. Next, like upcoming topics, thermodynamics is one of the upcoming topic, okay. So we'll be completing upcoming topic also, that is thermodynamics, and once we complete thermodynamics, I think physical portion will be completed, okay. So all recorded courses are present, okay. So I'm taking live classes for IIT JAM chemistry and IIT JAM biotechnology. This is my referral code. If you're interested to take Unacademy Plus subscription, you can use this referral code, and you can share with your friends also, those who are interested to take Unacademy Plus subscription, okay. So this is my referral code, Srishti B Life 10. So these are your dates for next examination and your next batch, okay. It will start from 16th of June, okay. So you can enroll in these batches, and you can use this referral code to take Unacademy subscription. If you like this session, so do share this session with your friends, and just recommend this session and courses to your batchmates and friends. I'll see you in the next class. Take care, everyone.